mainly clear and overnight low will drop down into the mid 70s. Tuesday, we're looking at blue sky and sunshine, a high in the low to mid 90s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
This weather information is brought to you by The Solid Rock, your source for inspirational gifts, home decor, women's boutique items, personalized Bibles, and more.
When it's time to stock the bar, fill the cooler, or grab the perfect bottle, stop by River Point Wine and Spirits. You'll love our clean, organized store, full of all the best liquor, wine, and beer at the right price. At River Point, we're a family-owned business where customer service is always our priority. So come stock up for game night, date night, or the weekend ahead. Your journey, our spirit. River Point Wine and Spirits, Grand Avenue and I-540.
Is your business getting found online or getting lost in the crowd? Hi, I'm Christy Bedeau with ESPN Arkansas, and I'm here to help you get your products and services found in today's digital world. Not only do we offer connections to the loyal Razorback fan base, but we can help you build, maintain, and grow your online presence. From world-class websites to streaming video commercials, we create the campaign that allows you to be found online and on air. I can help you create a marketing strategy built around your goals that works. Call me, Christy Bedeau, at 208-3012 for a free needs analysis, and let's create a marketing plan that gets you found.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 68 days.
This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Farm Credit of Western Arkansas. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com. Benton County, you can hear us now. Make the switch to ESPN Arkansas 93.7.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Loud and proud all over Northwest Arkansas. Now 100,000 watts of raw sports power. ESPN Arkansas, now at 93.7 FM. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios. Produced by Christian Johnston.
With Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is the Morning Rush.
All right, welcome into a Hot Take Monday edition of the Morning Rush. Some of you know the big news. Some of you are maybe hearing it for the first time in Northwest Arkansas. I can't really take a lot of credit for this. I'm going to kind of let you go.
Why can you not? You always take credit for things you had nothing to do with.
I take
what do you
credit
mean
for,
you can't
I
take credit for anything?
things that I am instrumental, am a part of, had contributed over and over, countless hours, countless minutes in my life. But, I mean, I've done some stuff, but you've done the lion's share. You've done the majority, the workload on this. So
but again, that's never stopped you from taking credit.
No, well, let's not lie this morning. I always take credit on the stuff that I do. But we're excited about this new signal in Northwest Arkansas. We've had some notable ESPN Arkansas news with Alyssa starting her first official halftime show with Matt and Colton later on here in about 2 hours. And then this kind of happened. You had to fiddle with it on Friday, and now we're good to go, it sounds like.
This has been months in the making to get to where we're at today. But we made the announcement when we, entered in the agreement to purchase 93.7 FM. But this is a big lift for Northwest Arkansas. So bigger, broader signal. So we're already getting some feedback from a lot of you on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. And thank you for that. But if you're in Benton, Washington, Madison counties, Southern Missouri, make the move in Northwest Arkansas. Reset your dial in Northwest Arkansas only to 93.7. Glad to be there this morning.
Where does it rank in the landmark achievements in the last 20-plus years? HR guy says thank you for all the hard work.
This of all the things I've been a part of in 22 years of service here at Pearson Broadcast, this got to be in the top three, maybe number one.
Where does Hired Me rank on that list?
On the back page.
on the second page.
How we came through. I'm going to be honest. Of all the things that I'm individually proud of for our team, is that we came through COVID intact. No one got laid off. No one missed a paycheck. And we managed to survive the pandemic. That's it took a lot of maneuvering, a lot of managing, but no one missed a dollar that works on our team, and we survived probably the most difficult challenge. That'd be number one on my list. This might be number two.
I I've written it down. You know how you have with the new digital radio menu boards? I have yet to pin 93.7 on there, but I plan on doing that a little later on. So I'm excited.
You have
about
HD
that.
radio. You can hear us on 93.7 HD1 as well.
Robert
So
says no one's
we're in high def.
Yeah, no one's happier than us. Rod said talk about some bulletin board potential. Colton's dad's listening in Gentry, loud and clear.
Yeah.
Thanks. Derek used to stream all day, and now he's just going to turn it on 93.7 FM.
I've already over the weekend we had kind of what we would call a soft opening over the weekend. Made sure everything was working, and a lot of friends and people that I've asked to listen in Benton County getting great reports from there. So if there's been places we've been a little staticky, a little on the fringe of the signal, hopefully you find this new one more pleasant.
Bella Vista.
Bella Vista, you can hear us now.
Yeah.
Siloam Springs, you
Siloam?
can hear us now.
Did AI do that?
I don't think.
Delete that from the
That's
system.
funny.
Siloam Springs, we're glad
Siloam
to have
Springs.
you.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. That's
Who
not
put
how
that
we
in?
actually feel about you. This one, we know how to pronounce Siloam.
Kristen,
I'm not
did you
from
know
there?
that-
I thought it was Siloam, but I thought it was one of those towns where you can.
Well,
It kind of depends on, but how you pronounce it. Some people may pronounce it one way.
What is the most mispronounced city in our state?
Lavaca.
How do people say it?
Oh, I mean, when you've got a new meteorologist on TV when they Lavaca or Lavaca will trip people up a lot of times on my side of the state.
Trying to think if there's another one.
Well, the team that won the new field renovation. That's I forgot.
Oh yeah, well they say it different ways.
Dirks.
Yeah.
Dirks.
There's two.
Dirks.
Yeah, there's two pronunciations.
Depending on who you ask.
Yeah, but Lavaca gets just hammered as far as the mispronunciation. I mean, it's like Thai on steroids the way they can pronounce
Robert in
Lavaca.
Fayetteville says Cersei. Dr. K says El Dorado or Nevada. People call it El Dorado.
Yeah.
Chase in Fort Smith says Mina. It's pronounced. That's what he thinks is another one.
Mina.
So, Mina. Hopefully people aren't saying Mina.
Yeah.
All right, so give you a setup of the show this morning. We had a best of on Friday. Tommy and I had a golf tournament that we competed in. We did not win. Neither of us. A little disappointed.
Au contraire, sir. Au contraire.
Hold on. Help me understand. What did you? I actually don't even know. What did you place? What did you finish?
Number 1 in the Calcutta.
Did you actually?
Tied for first in the tournament that really matters.
Wow. Well, we did not for the second.
The investment opportunity worked out for once.
My partner.
Who cares? I mean, I'd love to win the flight, but I would much rather win the Calcutta.
Yeah. Well, I'm the opposite. We have placed the last 2 years, but we have not been in the Calcutta. My buddy who I played with just texted me this morning. Man, we should have won, man. That's last year we didn't feel like we should have won. This year we did. So we had a good time, regardless. Appreciate everyone over there at Hardscrabble Country Club. We didn't get to talk about Christina Lawn's reporting of the stadium money that we're going to do coming up in our opening drive. That's a big news item that we have yet to discuss. As of 20 minute ago, Big C, Victor Hovland took home the Travelers Championship.
He was given the championship.
Scheffler missed a 5-footer to keep that playoff going. Now, you had mentioned this. I just assume that when you have like a tie like it ended yesterday with Scheffler hitting that big par putt, that it was automatically moved to tomorrow, but you think there's like sunlight
Must have been daylight, or I'm not sure. I just saw the crawl that there would be a sudden death would continue this morning. I assume they either ran out of daylight or there was some kind of weather issue. That is not normal to finish the tournament the way they did on the following morning.
U.S. national team plays Wednesday against Bosnia. We'll discuss that a little more, kind of the new setup for scenarios when it comes to what you're
This is the round of 32, right?
Knockout stage.
We are done. So it's one and done. It's either win or go home, right? All right.
Yes. Did you see the conclusion of the Arkansas Diamonds win and the craziness that went on there?
I have not. I did see that they won, though.
It's awesome. It's awesome. EA Football 27 college rankings are out. Who do you think's higher, KJ or AJ?
Ooh. AJ?
KJ.
KJ Hill's 2 points higher.
I was just basing that on you came from Memphis, had a little more playing time, had a little more data for them to go off of, which was the reason I answered it that way. Doesn't have a lot in the system there for them to for AI to mulch over or whatever
to get into. Basketball news, there's plenty of it, so we will get into all of that as of this morning. Still getting text here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline about the signal in Northwest Arkansas. Sean says, "Thank you for this, Tommy. Great work. I listen from Bentonville, and it's crystal clear. The best part that the country station won't bleed over every time I'm downtown. Also, the signal is in sync with the app as well. So good job. Good job.
Well, thank you. Thank you to our team. Don't just thank me. I couldn't have taken this risk without the quality of the team I have around me.
Yes,
So
no question about that. All right, let's since again we hadn't gotten to discuss the number that is now out for Arkansas, which is $5.4 million a year, reported by Christina Law of Whole Hog Sports. I know her and Matt Jones, their team, discussed it a little bit, and I think it's worth discussing this morning.
I was initially surprised that it wasn't an Arkansas company, and then the more, just because I assumed, so many, the huge jersey patch deal they did with Tyson, that's in state, things like that. I just kind of assumed, I think when you think about this market in this state, you associate a lot of those big businesses with the university and with athletics. You think about it a little bit more, and it goes, they're not doing this out of the goodness of their hearts. This is a sponsorship deal. This is a business deal. This is a large chunk of money, and it would have been from any company, maybe not quite this level, but for any company, this is significant. And they're going to have to get some return out of this. So I think it makes a lot of sense that it is a company that needs to get a foot in the door in Arkansas.
This is the opening drive.
All right, $70 million over 13 years, $5.4 million a year. You remember us talking about this last week. The name's not going up on the stadium. Apparently it's like a 6 to 12 month or 6 to 9 month deal where you have to get all the signs changed out and everything set up for that. So that will be in the 2027 football season. She did a good job. The next closest, Tommy, is USC and United Airlines, which is 4.3. Coliseum, it's more significant stadium than Razorback Stadium in terms of the national appeal. But listen,
but no one's going to ever call it by its name. It's the Coliseum.
Yeah, no, and you're right. But listen,
I don't think you get your money's worth on that, even in LA.
They weren't lying. They were honest. They said this was going to be the largest stadium deal in college football. It is.
For a year.
Yeah, for a year.
And then, and the thing Hunter Yurchek was trying to guard against was setting the bar for the market, because now the minimum for a lot of schools in the SEC that's going to tap into this same revenue stream is going to start with where Arkansas is at, add 20%, and we'll go from there. So, I mean, this is a, for whatever it's worth, having the richest stadium naming deal for, for 13, it's not going to last for 13 years. Mm-hmm. Be surprised if it lasts for 3. This has not been the business model in college athletics. The model has always been you put someone historically tied to your university or someone that's written a big check tied to your university. Their name goes on the stadium. But different set of circumstances here. College athletics has turned a different corner. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't as surprised as many to see when the number came out that it was as rich as it was.
Why?
Here's my belief, and I have zero to back this up with, all right? And this is a question I would love to ask Hunter Yurchek. And if we have him on, or if we're in a press, did Arkansas's banking go along with this? And what I mean, generally when you get a big loan from a bank, they want your operating account to move over to that bank. All right, that I've done a lot of business deals, both here at the radio station and in my own life. They all want your business account. All right, Arkansas runs 200 million a year through the checking account. I don't know all the legalese of that, but I just wonder if Arkansas's banking business moved with this. That makes it, and here's why I say that. That makes it a really easy, sweet deal to say yes to for someone like Community America, because you're going to get $200 million a year in deposits to go along with that. That strengthens your position. I wonder. I don't know. I just wonder, was that part of the deal that really enhances their ability to say yes if it goes along with that?
Christian, do me a favor, pull up the release, because I thought that either in the release or him discussing this last Wednesday, he spoke to that.
I didn't see it in the release, but I might have missed.
I thought he said that. I know there's the credit cards and the debit cards that are
right, but I'm talking about
the money,
the account you write checks out of as a department.
And I don't want to misspeak.
And I don't want to be. I'm not. I don't know. I'm saying I don't. So it doesn't surprise me that the numbers were to this level.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get over this mindset that we're not worth it. That's what you're saying when you're saying you're surprised. You're saying Arkansas is not worth it.
Well, I think here's what a lot of people relate, and I'm just being honest about this. Unfortunately, since 2012, what do you relate Arkansas football to?
But that's not how you evaluate entirely whether or not a naming rights deal is worth, whether or not winning games, so they're worth less.
Well,
they're worth what they're worth because of exposure. You're buying impressions. This is a marketing deal, not a how many games they win deal.
To the most polarizing anything at the state. I mean, I love Razorback basketball and Razorback baseball as well, but there's nothing that generates conversation or watchability or anything like Razorback football, right? Or right or wrong.
And you also got to factor in they're moving into a new era of SEC football where every other year you're playing an extra home game.
Mm-hmm.
There's more home games now with the schedule, with the change in Dallas and the change in the A&M with the A&M deal.
Yeah.
Than there have been. So more exposure. This deal's worth more than it ever could have been in the past because of the extra games, particularly every other year, and the fact that you're in the SEC on national television, games on ABC. I think we got to quit selling ourselves short. That's what I get a little frustrated with in hearing all this is we just keep acting like, well, because you don't win games, we're not worth anything. Well, that's not how you evaluate these deals.
Go ahead, Big C.
It says, I'm not sure if this is exactly what y'all are asking, but it seems like it is. It says the deal does not extend to the university. It does not include any campus assets.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
That's not what that means?
No.
Wouldn't a campus asset be, or you're just, I guess that's outside.
Talking about your banking business.
Okay.
Talking about where you keep your checkbook.
Why don't you send an email then?
I mean, that's fine, or send it for me. I don't even, but that to me is an interesting part that I don't think anyone's thought of yet. That I thought of it, but I'm not there to ask the question, so that's on me, not on anyone else.
Cajun says, don't forget the concerts in that stadium too.
Yeah.
You got Post Malone and Jelly Roll. They're going to be here in 2 weeks. I would guess that's not going to be the last concert that you'll have at Razorback Stadium, beating that Garth Brooks was there. This is coming, and I would guess that's going to be more of a what? You look like you're
no. I'm just, and parts of these deals. Then we get in the minutia of these contracts. Is I'm sure they're going to have a very oversized premium luxury suite somewhere near the 50-yard line. They're going to have tons of tickets to go along with it. So, I mean, we got to quit acting like, again, that's. I know it's not Wednesday and we're not beefing yet, but we act like I can't believe someone would pay that much for this. Well, I mean, I think you could make the case that they got a good deal. That Arkansas, this university, the TV contract you have to go along with it, the coverage that you get in our state, which is what they're after the most, and the rights that the naming rights that get extended through our coverage with what we do here at ESPN Arkansas, other radio stations, websites, so on and so forth. They're going to get a big bang for their buck in Arkansas.
If Arkansas starts winning, the deal will even get sweeter for them.
Well, I agree with that, but I don't think the value is necessarily tied to the barometer of winning and losing. It does, but I don't think the value of what you get out of the deal changes dramatically, win or lose, because you're the only show in our state. It's the only. I mean, every time it's discussed, that name's going to come up. So I think we got to understand the value of this. And what is their goal? Their goal is to grow branch locations from 6 to 60 or whatever across our state. And if you see them increase and enhance their footprint, this has been a great deal for them.
And I'm just asking this because I'm not saying anything you said is wrong, but don't most companies want to be associated with like a winning? Like you mentioned the value.
But here,
I guess what
winning for them is more locations, more account holders, more dollars on deposit, more loans. That's winning for them. The football team winning, does that equate to more people rushing to their bank to do business with them?
In a better mood.
Well, but I hear all that, but that's not how you evaluate these deals. That's not how. It's not how you sit back and, from a business standpoint, look at it and say this was a great decision by our board.
Let me ask you. So when Arkansas played in the Liberty Bowl I guess 2 years ago, and Pittman's second to last year. We got an email that was make sure when you say the Liberty Bowl, you say the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. 'Cause
Correct.
There's paying on that.
Right.
So is it our obligation or anyone else's obligation to call it?
Well, I mean, they can't obligate you. They can kindly ask you to do that.
Are you going to do that, or are you just going to call it Razorback Stadium? Because I back to the Simmons Bank
hadn't even
Arena,
thought about
Alltel Arena thing. It's like I still call it Alltel, even though that Simmons Bank is paying all that money to have it.
I mean, gotten that far. Well, I think fans will, over time, come to know it as Community America Stadium.
And that's where I was going to next. Do you think it will actually be associated with that,
Yes.
or they'll just call it Razorback?
Now, your points are not wrong.
Okay.
Winning helps maybe grow those roots faster. But that's not this isn't a great deal if the team wins more games than you expect, and it's a horrible deal if you lose more than you expect. Again, that's not why you enter into marketing agreements.
To Big C's point, so while they're not putting their name on the stadium, if Arkansas all of a sudden starts to have a little pop these next couple years, you know where my mind's going to go? I'm going to associate Community America helping us win football games.
Yeah.
I'm not tied into my bank right now at all. So I would be a lot more likely, more apt to potentially switch over because they affected one of my favorite things in a positive way in the state. Yeah. That's how at least I would view it from that vantage point.
All right, that is our opening drive this morning. When the workday is done, that's when the good stuff begins, whether it's fishing, off-roading, or just enjoying the great outdoors. Farm Credit of Western Arkansas can help make it happen. Visit myaglender.com or drop by any one of Farm Credit of Western Arkansas's 25 locations today and start making the most of your time off.
Did you watch the United States and the close loss that they had?
To Turkey?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Thursday night.
3-2.
Yeah, they scored. Big C, did you watch it at all?
Yeah, they scored in extra time, like at the very
literally the final minute of the game, and U.S. just it would have been nice to get out of there with the tie at least, but they ended up losing. You play again Wednesday night at 7:00, with not a lot on. Are you gonna watch that?
No, 100% will watch.
Okay.
I just Thursday night 9:00.
It's a little late.
Old man time. I was actually doing other things on Thursday night, but no, that is absolutely something I'll watch. So, in fact, speaking of soccer, all the World Cup odds and everything you want to see are at BetSaracen.com, Arkansas's only locally owned sports betting app. So you can get in there and find all of the odds for today. All right, today at noon. Any idea who's playing? You paid attention at all?
No.
Brazil and Japan today at noon. Germany and Paraguay play today at 3:30. The Netherlands and Morocco tonight at 8:00. So that's some of the action that you can find on the Bet Saracen app. Take it anywhere you go. The Bet Saracen app, download it now and find out more at BetSaracen.com.
All right, we could still chat about the report of Razorback Stadium coming up, but in our Hog Update, there's plenty of basketball news to get into as well. A notable recruit in town this past weekend. Darius Acuff getting a warm reception when he arrived in Sacramento. So we'll get into all that. And Coach Richardson also attended practice recently. The Morning Rush continues on Hot Take Monday next.
Call or text the Morning Rush at 877-377-6963. Amazing stuff by Scheffler. This is the Morning Rush.
Attention Arkansas homeowners, are you dreading a lengthy, expensive bathroom remodel? With Bath Makeover of Arkansas, you can have your dream bathroom in as little as one day. American-made baths, walk-in showers, and walk-in bathtubs. Revolutionary laser-etched shower walls that will never chip, crack, peel, discolor, or fade. Plus, with Bath Makeover's Price Lock Guarantee, schedule your free design consultation now, and we'll lock your price in for 1 year. Bath Makeover of Arkansas is also proud to be an official sponsor of Razorback Athletics. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a new bath or shower. With 60-month financing options, senior and military discounts, plus receive a $60 Visa gift card with purchase. And call Bath Makeover at 1-800-NEW-BATH for a bonus $50 Walmart gift card with estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for. Only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com. RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
This is the Morning Rush.
Drive smarter with a road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle available only at Rath Auto Resources. We look all over the region for the best used cars. From there, they're inspected, reconditioned to our certified standards, and backed with a comprehensive warranty. And while the other guys might spring hundreds or even $1,000 in added fees on you at the last minute, our painless pricing and non-commissioned sales team ensure that you get a straight deal every time. Make the switch to a road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith.
It's impossible not to feel luxurious with Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lutz boxes. With your choice between the iconic $5 box, decadent $7 box, and opulent $9 box, featuring the Fajita Street chalupas with boldly seasoned peppers and onions, all that Lutz might go to your head. But even though it makes you feel like a high roller, let's wait on that yacht down payment. Get your $5, $7, or $9 Lutz box today, only at Taco Bell. Limited time at participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary. Freezes and specialty drinks not included. Tats extra.
Do you have sleep apnea? Are you tired of dealing with a CPAP every night? The noise, the constant cleaning. Is your wife telling you she can't take the noise anymore? Dr. Bo Sparkman at Valley Family Dental Practice, Fort Smith, can help you with sleep apnea with a custom dental appliance that allows you to get rid of that annoying CPAP. Dr. Sparkman has years of experience and has treated hundreds of patients just like you. Call for your appointment today, 226-3500. Get rid of your CPAP with Valley Family Dental at Riley Farm in Fort Smith and Roland, Oklahoma.
This spring, you're organizing closets, decluttering drawers, and maybe even scrubbing places no one will ever look. But here's a thought. Why not declutter your internet, too? If your shows keep buffering, your games lag, or your video calls freeze, that's digital clutter, and you don't have to live with it. Switch to Wave Rural Connect Fiber for fast, reliable internet that keeps your home running clean and clear all season long. Visit waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest? He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off. Or take 2.9% financing for up to 72 months. Lease the all-new 2026 GMC EV Sierra for as low as $600 a month with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
You know your business. I know the fans. Together, we're a championship roster. In Arkansas, loyalty is everything, and nobody connects with the Razorback faithful like our team here at ESPN Arkansas and HitThatLine.com. When you partner with us at ESPN Arkansas, you're not just buying airtime. You're gaining trusted voices that talk to your customers every single day. I'm Ty Richardson. Let's grow your business together, both on air and through digital avenues. Become a partner at ESPN Arkansas. Email ty.richardson@HitThatLine.com to start your campaign today.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game.
ESPN 95.3.
Darren McFadden goes 73 yards. And
has a wide open man. It's Childs. He's loose. He scores. Childs cleans.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
ARKNSAS.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush.
We didn't get hardly anybody last year. We were playing and we didn't have the resources, bottom line. This year, we have the resources, and there's a lot of generous companies, people that want to help us. They kind of knew what we were going through a little bit last year and fighting for players. And, we've always had a really good reputation with kids around the country, kids that are at other programs, about how we can help them achieve their goals, get better here. But sometimes that's not enough. This year, it's a little different. Yeah, we'll leave it there.
Dave Van Horn currently has the number one transfer portal class in baseball, double digits. I think it's 12, if I remember that right. And he spoke with the media this past Thursday. We didn't get a chance to talk about it on Friday, but it sounds like, based on what's happened thus far, they're rocking and rolling the portal.
Well, that's nearly 25 years of relationships and knowing people coming into play. That's a track record of winning. That's also knowing that, hey, if I write this guy a check to help his NIL fund, it's going to get spent in a way I think will produce immediate results, immediate gratification. And let's be honest, the needs to compete in baseball versus football or basketball are a fraction. So $50,000 or $100,000 goes a lot further than $100,000 does in basketball or football. It's just the bottom line. So the pool of people you can call on that can help make a significant difference in your baseball program is a lot bigger and a lot broader.
Yeah,
a lot more people can write you a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 check than can write you $1 million check, obviously. So, I mean, it doesn't take long to move the needle with his program.
Plenty of Arkansas basketball news here in your Hog Update. Coach Richardson recently at practice. I know Cal was excited to have him meet some of the new guys. Jeremy Woo has Jordan Smith as the number 2 player in the draft class for next year.
Well,
pretty high up there.
Yeah.
Well-regarded NBA draft analyst. I was just kind of combing through that this morning. Number 2, which would be wild, and that would be Arkansas's highest rated. I don't know if it's going to pan out like that, but you talk about expectations based on Darius Acuff and the success he had, which, by the way, he was greeted in a very positive way when he flew out to Sacramento and met the Kings fans, but thought that was kind of interesting this morning.
Well, we asked a Morning Rush Daily question last week about how many Razorbacks do you think will get drafted next year, and we were beating kind of around 5, whether 5 could go in the first, the only 2 rounds, but rounds 1 and 2 next year. Because you got some freshmen you feel good about. Obviously Billy Richmond comes easily to mind. So
Smith, Mourning, Richmond, and then don't know about JJ or Abdu or some of the other guys that are on this roster.
It wouldn't be out of the question to think 5 Hogs could potentially get drafted a year from now.
Nope, I don't think so.
And if they do, that probably means you had a really good year. All right, that's the Hog Update brought to you by WT Equipment. I know you're fighting that old mower every weekend. This year, you might want to upgrade to it's a perfect time to do it with WT Equipment. Our friends at WT Equipment have a great offer. Hustler zero-turn mowers. Right now, get 0% financing for up to 48 months on select Hustler mowers. That'll make yard chores a lot easier. Hustler's known for commercial-grade performance, legendary durability, and warranties ranging from 3 to 5 years. So if you're investing in a new mower that's built to last, now's the time at WT Equipment. They have the right Hustler that's just right for you. See them in Springdale, Rogers, Berryville, or Searcy, and learn more at WTEquip.com. That's WTEquip.com.
Hong Kong Sui phoned in. We were discussing the Christina Lawn report of the price of the stadium. I know you had some thoughts on this morning, Hong Kong Sui.
Good morning, guys. Hey, I've got a hot take for Hot Take Monday. Tommy's right. This whole discussion is forgetting the fact that, and I don't know the exact number today, and I'm driving, so I can't look it up, but Arkansas has been ranked in the top 20 most valuable programs in the country year after year after year. I think the last one I saw, we were like 16th, but that's been a year or 2 back. So there's no doubt that Community America is getting a good deal. I mean, we're talking about being the only thing in the state, the only thing going in the state, and that's what they're after is the state. They want to be able to spread out. you were talking about Hotel versus Simmons Bank. Every time I drive by that arena, I look up there and see Simmons Bank. I don't see Hotel. Yeah, I sometimes still call it Hotel. But the reality is that everybody, how many millions of people drive by that arena a week? And I know that right now they're not going to change the sign, but they'll be changed and they'll be up there for 12 years. So, and I mean, how many people drive by that stadium daily?
Yeah. Hong Kong Sue, thanks for the call. One thing you said in there that I think is an important note, they're not trying to create a national footprint. They're not trying to go coast to coast. They're just trying to be really big in Missouri and Arkansas and this 3 or 4 state region.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you want to make a difference in Arkansas, I can't think of a better way to spend $5 million a year than to come to Arkansas and put your name on the football stadium. I mean, that's as big a swing as you can take. And you're not trying to be known across the country like AT&T is with sponsoring Cowboy Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that kind of play. So really important. Hey, could have been Taco Bell Stadium. The Hit That Line Now app is named and presented by Taco Bell. Whether you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, Taco Bell has you covered. If you're headed out of town for vacation this week, take us along with you. It's the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell.
All right, Morning Rush Daily Question when we come back.
Make sure you're subscribed to the Hit That Line Podcast Network.
I'm going to say, you laugh. Sit over there and laugh. But that's why we ended up, because we got our process out of order. Job in the hiring process the last time.
You're listening to the Morning Rush.
Attention Arkansas homeowners, are you dreading
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Taco Bell's Lutz boxes are curated to perfection. The refined $5 box, opulent $7 box, and the abundance of the $9 box, featuring the Fajita Street chalupas with boldly seasoned peppers and onions. Each delivers a satisfying symphony of flavors, but all that Lutz might go to your head.
Monsieur, check please.
You already paid. That's literally your receipt.
I wanna hear.
Try Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lutz boxes.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for, only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com, RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
So I had pain in my feet for a good 20 years.
It felt like I was standing on marbles.
Something wasn't working with my feet. Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis.
If your feet aren't comfortable, the rest of the body suffers.
So I went into the Good Feet store and bam. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support.
You put in the arch supports. To me, it was almost miraculous.
It really brought me back to being able to be me.
I can run, I can walk. This is not something that you could solve online.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
Has arrived, bringing warmer days, road trips, and unpredictable spring showers. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we'll make sure your vehicle is ready for all your spring adventures. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your ride for whatever the season brings. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Kristen's Place in Lowell online at CarpathSocial.com.
So does the stadium naming rights deal, and now that we know the money was above, this wasn't a bargain basement deal, does everything you know now boost your opinion of Hunter Yurachek? And I'm not asking it like you had a low one, but even if you had just a mid opinion of Hunter Yurachek and the job he's done, how does this factor into the way you view him now as the Arkansas Athletics Director? That's the Morning Rush Daily Question, brought to you by Cart Path Social.
Now help me on this. This deal was orchestrated by Learfield.
But who's been taking all the heat because there wasn't one?
No, and he has. So
you can't give him the blame if you don't give him some of the credit.
No, and you're right. And we spoke to this on last Thursday before the numbers and the figures had come out from Christina Long's reporting. I found it to be a positive because you found another honey hole outside the state.
Mm-hmm.
And now that the number's out and they were truthful and that this is the biggest name for now in college football, I don't know how you look at any of this as a negative, personally. Now,
but how do you view Hunter Yurachek and the job he's doing?
I don't know how you don't view what he did as a positive. Now, as I just said, this deal was orchestrated by Learfield, right? So I don't know how much of a role he had in the behind-the-scenes process of this. It could have been significant. It could have been he was not necessarily in all of it.
You're buying into the athletics department if you're just because they're the selling agent in Learfield.
Mm-hmm.
They're not buying Learfield. They're buying the University of Arkansas's athletics department. They're buying into this administration from an athletic standpoint. They're buying into, hey, these guys will deliver what we're signing up for. That's what they're buying into. Everyone was quick to to hammer Hunter. They can't even get a stadium naming rights deal. Going off half-cocked with no real details. Hey, how many are in the SEC? Well, there's only 2. Now you're the third one. How much are they really worth? We won't get $1 million for it. Well, you got 5.
I got 5.
all the
Sound like Malik Thomas.
All the heat he has taken on this, you can't give him the blame and then not give him some of the credit.
Okay.
So I think this has to if you're fair. Now, if you don't like the guy and you wish he was gone, there's nothing going to change your opinion. You're just looking for something to throw another grenade at.
Well,
but I think you got to give him some credit. You may not like a lot of the things he's done, or maybe you do. I think from a business standpoint, when you really look and understand why he didn't take the Reynolds name off of the stadium in the interim, why you don't, go about, unwinding that deal in the interim the way he didn't, you kind of understand, well, that makes sense. And I'm just talking specifically in this naming rights deal, how it's been handled. I don't know how you can objectively look at this and say it hasn't boosted your opinion, but I think there's many that just don't like some of the things he's done. And not everything he has done is perfect. He hadn't always put you in the best of light. He hadn't always put himself in the best of light. But on this deal, I think he and his department did a really nice job with it.
Gavin in Fayetteville, I think people will have a higher opinion of Hunter until the next time he opens his mouth and says something to make us look dumb again. And he also agrees that's where I am when it comes to that. I think that was a fair answer from my vantage point. I think you basically just echoed the same.
I haven't been as negative about him as others. I think there's times he doesn't represent himself well with his own spoken word, but we all have that tendency. We all have that ability to open our mouths and sound foolish.
It's kind of like it was kind of like Pittman with Petrino. Pittman was never going to get any of the credit if the offense was good and they won games. He was going to get all the blame when they lost. It's kind of like that with Hunter now. It doesn't matter what he does positively. He's not, for the most part, going to get credit, even if it's a good thing. For example, the hiring of John Calipari. Who gets credit for that? Not Hunter Yurchek.
Who should
John
get,
Tyson.
John Tyson gets the credit. Was he give Hunter Yurchek the credit for having the willingness to call John Tyson, ask for the meeting, get it, and then obviously do a great job, 3 years ago now in that meeting, convincing him that Arkansas is the place.
I'm going to say that John said, hey, we're going to get a meeting, sit down with this, and you're going to talk to him and close this deal. I don't think Hunter called him about that. I think John Tyson.
Well, you don't know that. That's what you think. You don't know that.
And
no one's going to work at a university and have their boss, the athletic director, is still the head coach's boss, and not have some kind of, understanding about how things are going to be, and that this guy's not going to stand in my way.
Chuck in Cave Springs, Hunter's done a great job. Remember, we wouldn't have John Calipari if it wasn't for Kelvin Sampson and telling Cal what a great boss Hunter was. Texting in from Cave Springs this morning. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. Great place for indoor golf in all of Arkansas is at Cart Pass Social. They've got their summer leagues, and I know that they're starting up. They've got their summer memberships, which go on now through September, starting at just $200 a month. Unlimited golf, one of over 1,000 different golf courses. 122 Grant Place in Lowell, right across from the Atwoods. It's always BYOB at Cart Pass Social. You can go to cartpasssocial.com. My buddies Christian Olson, Nate Garahan, always have you covered for a lot of fun. Corporate events, friends, birthday parties, you can do it all at Cart Pass Social. Let's go to Rod, who's on I-40 this morning here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Rod, it's been a while. What's up, man?
Oh, nothing much. Just cruising down the road, looking at beautiful cornfield, having some deep thoughts like we're the aliens. Yeah, I think John Tyson is the man. I like him. I've eaten a lot of frozen fried chicken since then. I'll tell you right now. Hunter, okay, he can keep his job for now. You never know where that's going to go anyway, right? So the stadium naming right, yeah, that's a crowd pleaser, and it's even better than the Biverty Bowl. So, yeah, that's but, they pay Dallas Cowboys a lot of money every year. When's the last time they won anything, right?
AT&T's a national brand. I can't think of many stadiums better than the one in Arlington to put your name on.
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I wish we had one.
Yeah. Now, sometimes your cell phone
Yeah.
signal doesn't work inside AT&T Stadium, but that's a different conversation for a different day.
Or you can't see.
Anyway, that's about all I got to say about that.
Rod, thank you. Thank you for the phone call. If you're trying to infiltrate the state of Arkansas and the naming rights is available for the flagship university, Southeastern Conference football team, you can put your name on the building in which they play. And, oh, by the way, we're moving to 9 SEC games, and every other year there's going to be 5 games in there, and they're going to have the likes of Texas and OU in our region. They're going to have Missouri down there every other year, where we have a stronghold anyway. They're going to play Alabama and Auburn and Georgia and go down the roster. These games are going to be on ABC and ESPN and the SEC network all across the region. Community America is not trying to win over households in New Mexico or California or New York or really Florida in the SEC footprint. They want to win at Arkansas. I can't think of a better way to invest. If you had $5 million, you could take a single $5 million swing a year. You could take a single $70 million swing with your institution, trying to infiltrate Arkansas over a long period of time. Name me, other than spending the money with the Morning Rush, how else could you take think of all, they haven't gotten one dime of what they've done so far. Not one signs went up. We've had one. Think of all the brand recognition they've achieved in the last 5 days.
Good point.
With us just discussing this. What's that been worth? Across the state, all of our station shows, Whole Hog Sports, just keep going. $1 million? I don't know. I don't know how to value that, without really doing some research on how many impressions it's created. But I can tell you this, 999 Arkansans out of 1,000 didn't know who Community America was 7 days ago. And I would venture to say that 900 out of 1,000 know who they are now. My brother lives in Benton County, works in Northwest Arkansas. They have 6 branches there apparently already. He'd never heard of them. So mission accomplished was just making the announcement on brand awareness. What's all the media talk been worth? A lot, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's any question. So I was kind of joking earlier with 93.7 now online in Northwest Arkansas. If you're listening up there, flip your station over to that. I was like, hey, where does that rank in terms of like significant accomplishes here at ESPN Arkansas? And you said at least in the top 3. I'll parallel that same question and kind of go off our Morning Rush Daily question. In terms of Hunter's tenure that I think started December 7th of 2018. I think I have that timeline right. Maybe it's 2017. I think it's 2017 because they fired Brett that year. Where does this rank in that? You got
probably
Coke,
third.
Nolan's name on the court. You got
hiring Cal's number 1.
It's 1. Okay.
I would say
2?
Probably hiring Musselman.
Okay.
And then
I'd argue
I don't know if it's this deal or getting the baseball performance, the Hunt Center out there. That might be up there because that's kept. I mean, how much closer would Dave Van Horn be to retirement without a place like that out there to showcase his program for recruitment? That would have to be up there. I'm not saying this naming rights deal isn't important, but I don't think any of us would argue hiring John Calipari's number 1, and I think hiring Musselman might be number 2 because John Calipari didn't come here without Eric Musselman being in front of him.
Because
Musselman really reestablished the program.
But what you're at least having the conversation of this is a top 3, maybe top 4 significant step.
Well, we'll see what they do with it. Now you got $5 extra million and I don't know the schedule necessarily and how when the money actually flows in. They didn't write them. I'm sure there was a significant amount down, and then there will be payments as you go along over the 12 or 13 years. But you can tell that they've got more money to work with within the football department.
Who's
already.
the happiest outside of Hunter that this deal went down?
Well, it's got to be Ryan,
that
right?
would be correct.
It's got to be Ryan.
Sling it all.
Yeah. All right, Dave, we're brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions, your hometown law firm offering real advice at a reasonable price, whether it's custody, criminal, or car wrecks. Jackie Mock can help you navigate that high-conflict divorce. If you're on the wrong side of the law, she'll hold the prosecutor's feet to the fire and make sure your rights are protected. And if you've been in a car wreck, she used to work for the big insurance companies defending them, so she knows how to get them to pay a fair settlement for your vehicle and for your injuries. Call Jackie Mock, 479-769-1505, or go to mocklegalsolutions.com.
We can talk more about this coming up. Got a few other things we're going to get into, including the Arkansas Diamonds. They're finished over the weekend. The Morning Rush rolls on next.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Hog fans, this is Robert.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback, the only local family and Arkansas alumni Razorback store in the state.
And the Stadium Shop is the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
You know, it seems there's always a Razorback sporting event happening.
And if you need something new for your home, office, or just want to update your wardrobe, the Stadium Shop has new stuff arriving all the time.
And we don't have to ask someone from corporate office to get something that Hog fans want. We are the corporate office.
Hey, Matt, did you hear about the tree out in front of the store?
No, what about it?
I heard it's a bit shady.
Wow, you've got to leave these jokes alone.
Anyway, you can see the shady tree and all the hog stuff at 989 South Razorback Road here in Fayetteville. But not everyone can get to Fayetteville, so we've got one of those www.
Dad, again, it's called a website, and it's shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or they can call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Take it from Arkansas greats, Joe Klein and Pat Bradley.
The big national sports apps are now in Arkansas, taking over Oaklawn and Bentley, which are no longer local,
making Bet Saracen the only real local app.
Still Arkansans' fan fave.
Plus, Bet Saracen is still the official sports betting app of many of the state's colleges and universities.
Bet Saracen, built by Arkansans for Arkansans.
Bet with Arkansans. Bet with Bet Saracen.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
This is the Morning Rush.
Drive smarter with a road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle available only at Rath Auto Resources. We look all over the region for the best used cars. From there, they're inspected, reconditioned to our certified standards, and backed with a comprehensive warranty. And while the other guys might spring hundreds or even $1,000 in added fees on you at the last minute, our painless pricing and non-commissioned sales team ensure that you get a straight deal every time. Make the switch to a road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith.
When I'm in the mood for something sweet and hot, do I wait hoping my husband walks in dressed in tight tennis shorts and a dozen roses? No. I hit Hardee's for the new made-from-scratch Hot Honey Biscuit. That crispy chicken, that hot honey, and that sweet prize. Just $3.99 for a limited time. Or that hand-breaded Hot Honey Chicken Sandwich with crispy bacon and melted Swiss on a brioche bun. Hardee's new Hot Honey menu. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included. Not valid for use within a combo or in combination with any other offer or discount.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Here's NASCAR Hall of Famer Mark Martin.
As a race car driver for 40 years, I survived a lot of crashes. Not everyone can run into a wall at 200 miles an hour and walk away. Without a seatbelt, I wouldn't be alive today. Now I'm retired, back home in Arkansas driving my pickup. I'm shocked how many people aren't wearing seatbelts. Why risk your life when it only takes 2 seconds to buckle up? Take it from number 6. Buckle up, Arkansas.
A message from the Arkansas State Police Highway Safety Office.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off. Or take 2.9% financing for up to 72 months. Lease the all-new 2026 GMC EV Sierra for as low as $600 a month with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we're looking at a bounty of sunshine. Our high this afternoon will be into the lower 90s. Later on tonight, mainly clear, and overnight low will drop down into the mid 70s. Tuesday, we're looking at blue sky and sunshine, a high in the low to mid 90s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
This weather information is brought to you by The Solid Rock, your source for inspirational gifts, home decor, women's boutique items, personalized Bibles, and more.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 68 days.
This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Michelob Ultra.
You could drink beer.
The superior light beer for the social athlete. Benton County, you can hear us now. Make the switch to ESPN Arkansas 93.7.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Loud and proud all over Northwest Arkansas. Now 100,000 watts of raw sports power. ESPN Arkansas, now at 93.7 FM. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios. Produced by Christian Johnston.
With Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is The Morning Rush.
And it's hour number 2 of the Morning Rush here on a Hot Take Monday. Excited, as you just heard in the open, about our new signal in Northwest Arkansas, 93.7 FM. This has been in the works for several months now, and glad Tommy and the team got it done. I know that people occasionally complained about different things. Who do you think fields more complaints, Tommy? Us on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline or Hunter's inbox?
Hunters. I don't
Few
pay
more.
attention to a lot of the complaints, especially the hundreds I get about you every week. I just don't. I just move on. Delete.
Well, there's pros and cons to every employee.
Delete. Well, there's another one. Delete that. Christian is great. Okay, got that one. I save those. The ones that say Christian's great. I save all those.
You take the positives with the negatives.
Yeah.
Part of life, man.
782-3936. Those are the phone number. Call our buddy Brandon over at the Fence Man if you need a new fence or yours is looking old and tired and saggy and dried out. Mine looks a little dried out. I need to restain it. They can help you with that as well. 782-3936 is the number. They repair fences. They build new ones. Controlled access. If you need something that card readers will get you through a door or a gate, they can do that kind of stuff. Powered automatic gates that work from your phone or a remote control or just a good privacy fence for your backyard. Any kind of fencing or gates, they can do it. 782-3936. Ask for Brandon. Get your special discount when you call now. 782-3936. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Before we came on the show this morning, we had yet to talk about what happened in the Travelers Championship.
Misses it. And Victor Hovland has won the Travelers.
I just assume anytime Scheffler gets in a playoff or any close weekend that he's going to pull it out. And this morning didn't happen.
No.
There up there in Connecticut.
Well, I mean, the easy thing to say is Tiger Woods wouldn't have missed that putt. You know what? Tiger Woods wouldn't have missed that putt. I mean, that would have been like a rare moment. I don't think this is real common for Scotty Scheffler, but of all the strong suits in his game, putting is not at the top of the list. Never has been for Scheffler. But you're out of your routine. You come back. You're having to do the playoff the next morning, which is unusual. That doesn't ever happen. So you're out there. You're getting warmed up. The speed of the greens, there's no way for them to remain the same. And, I mean, there's a 5-footer that seems routine, but I can promise you I missed some 5-footers this weekend as well.
Yeah.
He'll make a lot more than he'll ever miss. But, yeah, it's shocking because it's Scotty Scheffler, and he's the one that missed the putt.
Imagine having money on him this weekend and then seeing him do that. Just how, I mean, there's no one that's more ticked off as of this morning.
Sounds like
than
you.
Scotty.
Did you have money on Scotty?
No, I didn't bet on him, but I'm guessing people did.
Glad you didn't
Fair.
now.
Yeah, I decided to bet on myself.
Well, let's not act like Victor Hovland isn't a good player too. You know,
Yeah.
But-
They were
chanting USA
yesterday. So that was a cool ending.
Walks it in. Amazing stuff by Scheffler. And another great atmosphere on a Sunday at the Travelers.
Where's Hovland from?
Not America.
Okay.
Europe.
Close enough.
Europe.
He made, because Scheffler, he missed a birdie long yesterday, and that would have, I guess, and then Hovland missed his, and then they ended up tying. So he hit a
Norwegian?
clutch putt.
All right. Norway. He's from
Yeah,
Norway.
Norway. Hit a clutch putt yesterday, and then missed one as of this morning.
It's just shocking because Scheffler, you just expect the great Scotty Scheffler to never miss.
There is like playoff sudden death golf. Like, I love watching PKs, and we'll get to watch plenty of them as the World Cup progresses through the knockout stage. Like a last second shot, I guess. There's no really sudden death in basketball. But like playoff sudden death golf's got to be up there just at an excitement level.
You know, the U.S. Open, they don't do it. I used to love the 18-hole playoff the following day. You know, Tiger was in one, you know, with bad knee and all. You know, I remember seeing a U.S. Senior Open right as Jack Nicklaus at 50 years old went on the seniors, and him and Chi-Chi went 18 holes. I mean, I used to love those things. They were rare, but they were awesome. So, I mean, you'd love to see them. So, just weird how this one, you know, ended up playing out. Hey, we're going back to Vegas, baby. That's right. ESPN Arkansas and Hardee's are teaming up once again for the football trip of a lifetime. Getting that underway this week. How'd you like to go see the Las Vegas Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs in October at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas? We got what you need to get there. It's the Monster Burger Challenge again this year. If you can devour a Hardee's Monster Burger in 150 seconds or less, you'll have a chance to qualify. Plus, you get to spin the wheel for great gifts and great giveaways along the way as well. We'll be announcing qualifying locations and the dates that you can come by and qualify soon. So keep listening to ESPN Arkansas and watch for the details from Hardee's and ESPN Arkansas, sending one lucky listener and one lucky winner to the football trip of a lifetime in Las Vegas. Stay here for all the details.
So we're, I think, 73 days out from the NFL season because Arkansas is 68 days out, and I believe the first game is that Thursday as the Seahawks will host. Who was in the Patriots for that opening game? It's crazy that we're under 75 days for Hog football, and we're under that for the National Football League as well as also near the end of June with 4th of July this weekend and
25 weeks left in the year. We were discussing that in our staff meeting this morning. Just 25 weeks left in the 2026 year. So,
and I know the more of the football conversation has been about the stadium and whatnot. But as we gear closer to this upcoming season, Media Days is about 3 weeks away. EA Sports College Football 27 is coming out next week. You can buy it early next week. I think the second is when you can get it early, and then next week is when most people who didn't pre-order it buy. They have Arkansas rankings out there as they do for every other college football program. Quincy Road is the highest guy at 90. Who do you guys think is second on this list? Ooh. Because I am curious. Like, I think Quincy's going to be the best player on your football team.
They don't rank linemen, do they?
They do.
Branham, then.
Okay.
Hey, Brandon may be the most pro-ready player on this team.
Okay.
Braylon Russell?
Braylon Russell, number 2 at 86 overall, who we saw have some spots as a freshman against Tennessee and Mississippi State. Kind of an underwhelming sophomore year based on the way he seems to have. It sure seems like, based on some of the comments and based on his weight, that he has really invested himself in the offseason. But I wonder, we were talking about the NFL draft earlier and the NBA draft, like Jordan Smith projected number 2. Quincy's an NFL player. Like, how many other NFL players do you think are on this roster? And it's the second best player not going to be a quarterback. It's KJ Jackson, who's ranked 74 on this list. AJ Hill is at 72, 2 spots behind him. Again, these are EA Sports ranking. That doesn't mean they're going to translate out. But who else is going to be a significant contributor on this football team that you feel positive about?
I don't know how far down your list goes. Kobe Branham, where was he ranked? What was his rating?
I don't have that
You don't have that one?
It's not in the – I don't think he's in the top 5.
It's wrong. Just tell you it's wrong, because he's not only your best lineman, he may be one of your best players on the offensive side of the ball. So maybe your best lineman on either side of the ball, honestly.
Okay. Malachi Breland, who's a left guard, is 85. Sutton Smith, who's the running back in from Memphis, is listed at 85.
And they don't build these games for linemen. I mean, I get it. But when this is a game.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about a game here.
Is Dylan
but on the field, I'm just telling you, Kobe Branham is.
Why are you so headstrong on it? Have you been told this, or like?
Well, I mean, I've just watched him play. He came through that injury. I mean, all you got to do is watch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, watch this. Go back and watch the spring game. Him compared to the other linemen. I mean, it's just a matter of putting your eyes on the film.
Robert says Quincy, then Kobe Branham, then Braylon Russell. I'm really curious. So, with Ryan Silverfield bringing over Sutton Smith at the running back position, you're trying to add depth. You had Mike Washington last year, who ended up being a really good player for you, and had himself quite a combine day, and hopefully he has success at the next level. That running back battle and just the dynamics there, I'm really curious because you've got to be able to run the Southeastern Conference, and obviously the offensive lineman and Kobe that you just mentioned, got to block for these guys, but who ends up being the bell cow of those two guys? Is this Braylon Russell's year in the backfield? Sutton Smith, who again has been in the system, it's going to be a little less turnover, or just not turnover, a little less stuff he has to learn relative to that. That interests me as we get closer.
Well,
to the fall.
I guess because we're going to measure it with stats and yards and touchdowns, that you'd probably lean into Braylon Russell as the answer on that. But I'm just telling you, a couple of key injuries to your line, and that running game's not going to go very far.
No.
So some of these other guys like Sutton, and honestly, even our quarterbacks, other than what we got to saw in the spring, what do we really know? There's just so many unknowns about other than spring practices and an untelevised spring game.
Mm-hmm.
What do we really know?
Well, if let's say Bet Saracen had odds for who's going to start at quarterback this fall for Arkansas, where is KJ Jackson and AJ Hill? I mean, I got to think it's like minus 240 for KJ Jackson, and AJ Hill is plus, I don't know, 180. I mean, I am
talking
going
about to be the starter.
Shocked.
What?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to
job
be
to
shocked.
lose,
Yes,
but
100%.
I'm not.
And
saying
I know they're pushing it back till fall, and that's every interview that Ryan Silverfield's been honest to that. But if we don't see KJ Jackson trot out first with the first team against North Alabama, I'm going to be pretty surprised.
Well, I mean, and you may be right. I mean, ultimately, the team's going to pick the starter. The other 10 on offense, and who's in there, they're going to tell you who the quarterback will be, because they're going to play a little harder for one guy versus the other. One guy's they're just going to have more confidence. It's just like anything else. I've got the confidence this guy can get us in or out of the right play. This guy's just going to be a little more fluid. And the confidence level of the other 10 players on the field will change, and their performance will change based on who's out there. If you had the ability, like the coaches do, you evaluate it based on watching practice day after day after day and watching film after film after film, and it will the answer will bear itself out based on the way the plays are made or not made with one guy on the field versus not being on the field.
Well, I just think about, like, when you think about our position group, when is the last time that I guess it was probably KJ in his final year that you felt confident? Now, obviously, that did not translate to anything, but I guess
we got too many KJs and AJs and old KJs. We got too many initials. I almost feel like we ought to call the AJ and KJ are almost too close. That
you just want to call them Hill and
might have to just to keep people straight. But then when you say KJ and you're talking about historical reference, which one are you talking about? I mean, I'm sorry, I kind of got off on a sidebar here, but I think it can be confusing for someone that hasn't followed closely along.
Jackson and Hill.
Yeah.
Jackson and Hill.
Right.
Start saying,
but you were mentioning Jefferson kind of a moment ago.
I've always been a guy that calls guys by their first name or gals by their first name. Maybe I need to just do both when it comes to those guys. Aaron Springdale says he's not confident in the quarterbacks at all. It's definitely different vibes in Athens, Georgia, or Oxford, Mississippi. Who else? I'm trying to think. Or Austin, Texas. When you think about Arch, Stockton, and Chambliss, I mean, most of these rankings that you see come out, KJ's at the bottom of the list. He's like 15 out of 16 or 16 out of 16. Now, again, that doesn't necessarily translate to him being that in 2026. No one had Trinidad Chambliss anywhere near. It was Austin Simmons, who's now at Missouri. But I don't think that helps from a confidence standpoint when you see the most important position on the football field being preseason considered the worst or second worst quarterback in the league.
Well, I mean, and the quarterback obviously is the most important position on a football team. So, yeah, I get why Aaron and Springdale's concerned, and I get why I don't think you're being a negative Nancy if you have concern with a quarterback right now.
He didn't do anything last year to give me, like, concern. Like, he played pretty well when he was in.
I wish the Missouri theme last year where he started, Talon came in, and KJ actually played okay, and it threw that offense out of whack. He came in for minutes against Texas.
He did good.
That were whatever. Like their second and third teamers were in there, and he did okay. He had a play or two he made, but I still don't understand what was in their head with the Missouri game plan last year.
Hey, you work hard for your time off, so make it count, whether it's land, a home, or just a place to get away. Farm Credit of Western Arkansas offers financing options designed for your lifestyle. Visit myaglender.com or stop by any one of their 25 locations and let their team help you turn your plans into reality.
Jamie May, got to give two quarterbacks a chance. Green was great last year, but turnovers were the issue.
Well, that's the whole thing with this team. What's the number one thing Ryan Silverfield and his coaching staff must fix?
Force them.
It's the turnover margin. I mean, we don't talk enough about that. We want to talk about game ratings and all the number one thing that needs to be discussed is what in the hell is this coaching staff going to do to fix the turnover margin? You can change the offense. You can change the defense. You can change coordinators. You can change the underwear they wear. But what you better fix is the turnover margin, or you're going nowhere fast. You're going back to 2 or 3 wins fast. That's the number one thing.
And it wasn't what was not talked about enough last year. And I know the offense just loved giving the ball away. Like that game in Knoxville, you should have won. But, oh, my goodness, you just gave the ball away. The Ole Miss game, the Memphis game. Defense didn't force any either. No. Not a lick.
Well,
I think they ranked like 15.
That's why I say margin.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying margin. They got to do their part.
You were intentional about that because Arkansas is not going to have like a top 5 SEC defense. But you can get away with it if you take the ball away because that changes, as we saw, unfortunately, the opposite last year. That changes. Arkansas's offense a lot of times was rolling against teams. I mean, there was points, I think you scored like 25 to 30 plus consistently throughout the year. When you look at the scores, I mean, offensively, they didn't struggle at times to score. That offense would roll. But what happened? A defense would get a takeaway, and that would stall progress and change the complete dynamic of the game. And so you played some teams that didn't have top 5 defenses, but they made the right plays when it mattered. Arkansas is not going to have a top 5 defense, but at least do something good. And hopefully it's, again, forcing turnovers this upcoming season. We'll see.
Well, if you just control the ones that you give away, some of those others would just find their way into your hand, you would think. But, man, if you can just be better with the ball. And Taylon Green, for all the athleticism and his ability to run and make guys miss and all the things we enjoyed, man, the big knock is what? He turns the ball over too much. So you just fix that part on offense. And I'm not saying this is a team that can have 0 turnovers for the year. That's unrealistic. Man, that's got to be a much bigger number because losing and turning the ball over go hand in hand, in my opinion. Number one way to lose in football is what? Turn the ball over.
I would love to see the turnover differential in the Southeastern Conference since 2012, since this run of bad luck has gone. I would guess that Arkansas, in addition, obviously, the teams that were added in Missouri and Texas A&M, Oklahoma and Texas, I would guess you're probably 15 out of 16 or 16 out of 16.
Well, I bet if you go and look at you go back to last year and look at the NCAA turnover stats, and you look at the bottom 20 or 25, I bet you're not going to find but 2 winning records in there or something like that. I don't know. I've not looked it up, and guess what? Probably not going to. But I bet if you go look at turnover margin and just total number of turnovers, I bet you're going to find a lot of losing records. And I bet if you go to the top end of that, you're going to find just the opposite. So it's the greatest tell in the game of football is if you turn the ball over, you're going to lose, and if you get turnovers, you're going to win. Bottom line.
Part of it.
Yeah. Hey, how many days did you say? 60 what?
68.
68 days to get game day ready. You can get game day ready with the brand new Razorback app. The new Arkansas Razorback mobile app is available for iPhones and Androids. Download your game tickets, follow your favorite teams within the Razorback program, and access exclusive content all in one place with one app. So download it for free in the App Store today. It's the new Razorback Game Day mobile app.
Yeah, speaking of Hog football, you got another commit on Friday. Bryce Breeden, who's a linebacker out of Texas, he got 23 high school commits in this upcoming class. I am surprised it's that high, being how much the transfer portal is being utilized nowadays. Now, just because they're a commit doesn't mean they're going to stick and sign ultimately with Arkansas. I hope they do. That number just kind of caught me off guard.
These are all here, and you also got to think these are 23 players that are going into their final year of their senior season, but also if they've planned it right, they're ready to commit because at the end of their regular season, they're going to be making the move to Fayetteville. These will be December signees. They'll come in early. Hopefully, there's bowl practices they could be a part of. Well, I mean, they couldn't play in a bowl game, but that's the part about getting in there early. It's almost like an extra spring practice for those guys. And then getting, I mean, they're all there now for your spring practice in March and April. So, you know, I still think that signing periods, there should be a 3-day window if a kid wants to sign early August and get it out of the way before everything, but there seems to be no appetite for that.
What and the pushback I think we've talked about is that an injury or the kid would take.
They don't want him to mail it in.
Off.
Yeah, but you know you've seen enough at this point to sign them. What you've offered them. You've been willing to offer them, so you've seen enough to feel that good.
Mm-hmm.
High school coaches, I would think, would be against this in a way, but it'd be, I think, good to lock a kid down because now you know how much money you've committed in your NIL budget there. I mean, I'm looking at it one-sided. I want what's best for my team. And now this would fit for everyone. They wouldn't give just Arkansas this, but I think for a lot of high school kids, they, particularly ones that want to sign early, I mean, you're not forced to. It would just be an early signing period. Mm-hmm. You could still have it in December because, let's be honest, February, it's a joke. I mean, there's nothing in February that matters anymore. So I wish these kids could get 23 kids and they're ready to go. Just hook them up.
Why would the high school coaches? Wouldn't the high school coaches be for it because it's one less thing that their kids are having to worry about throughout the season?
It goes back to the second thing we talked about. Do they mail it in?
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Do they lay down a little bit in their senior year? But all of these guys are trying to get high school. I mean, you don't just decide today that I'm going to play college football at this level and leave high school in December. you've got to have your academics in line, your families. I mean, there's a lot of things that have to get lined up to do what most of these kids do now.
I do. Now that you bring that up, I think about my senior year in both high school and college. I was taking, I think, 7 hours my senior second semester, and I definitely mailed it in. That makes sense because I mailed it in at least academically those 2 semesters in both college and high school. Just coasted because I was like, all right.
Well, most of them have worked ahead to get done so that all of their academic work is completed in December.
I know this probably surprises you two and everyone listening, but I was not in line to compete for the valedictorian or the salutatorian in my high school. I had decent grades, decent GPA, but it wasn't near the top. So I felt like that there was no sense of putting all this all the effort needed in order to get that achievement.
Based on some things I've seen recently, I would say you definitely graduated Itapekega. So,
I'm still mad we choked it away. I don't know if there was a worse way to end how we finished our golf this weekend.
You had a 4-stroke lead after day one.
Could be worse than Scheffler, was it?
I mean, him and his partner, and y'all were in the scramble flight.
The fun flight.
Well, okay. You're in the scramble flight, and you have a 4-shot lead after day one.
We progressed.
I thought, my man Ty, he's going to run away with this thing.
68,
they got
70,
they rested on their laurels.
76. Don't mail it in. I don't know what to say. Hopefully next year. You won money, I didn't. It's frustrating.
Lots of money.
Circle of life.
You break a club?
Lots of money.
I did not break a club. No, I was respectful. It's a tournament. I did not throw a club this weekend. There were a lot of words. I told myself before the show today, the words and the vulgarness that came out of my mouth this weekend had to be completely out by 9 a.m. this morning. Because I can't allow for certain words to be plastered all over, especially our new 93.7 in Northwest Arkansas.
It was a challenging weekend. 54 holes. My brother was my partner. You know how many birdies me and Ted had in 54 holes?
20.
10?
1.
Oh, wow.
We were 20 over in which our goal was to be 15. We were 20 over in 3 rounds. And because, we're just not going to be any better. About 15 is about as good as we're going to play. That's like, hey, that's where we need to be. We would have finished 3rd in the flight with that. So that's about where we think we can play. And we did it with 1 birdie. And it should have been an eagle. The ball was 2 inches from the hole. That was the only birdie I had, was a tap-in birdie. Other than that, we couldn't make a putt. Could not make a putt. But made a lot of pars.
And made money, most important.
Yeah, finished tied for first in the Calcutta.
Most
they can have the other trophy. I'll take the cash.
I'll take
the cash.
All right. Morning Rush, SEC update when we come back. It's a Hot Take Monday. Lewis Automotive Group hotline open, 877-377-6963. We continue on after this.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
You guys keep rocking. I love the show.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sakale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, Sakale, paper mouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Taco Bell's lunch boxes are curated to perfection. The refined $5 box, opulent $7 box, and the abundance of the $9 box, featuring the Fajita Street chalupas with boldly seasoned peppers and onions. Each delivers a satisfying symphony of flavors. But all that looks might go to your head.
Monsieur, check please.
You already paid. That's literally your receipt.
I wanna hear.
Try Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 lunch boxes.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for, only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com, RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
So I had pain in my feet for a good 20 years.
It felt like I was standing on marbles.
Something wasn't working with my feet. Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis.
If your feet aren't comfortable, the rest of the body suffers.
So I went into the Good Feet store and bam. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support.
You put in the arch supports. To me, it was almost miraculous.
It really brought me back to being able to be me.
I can run, I can walk. This is not something that you could solve online.
Reclaim the good life with the free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old.
It's your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
You know, walking up there shaking the commissioner's hand, that's every kid's dream. So just excited it came true. To all the young kids out there, always dream, stick with your craft, and just stay in the gym for sure. My name is Darius Laycock Jr., and I've just been drafted to the NBA.
I don't know if Darius has been named the mayor of Sacramento already, but I don't know if I've seen a more excited NBA fan base in the last few days than the treatment that he has received in Sacramento, California. I was greeted at the airport when they flew him in. Former SEC Player of the Year is in a place that is so happy that they picked him for the 7th overall pick.
Imagine you find similar treatment for first-round picks in a lot of places. I wonder how much the conversation has been brought up with the parallel with him and Corliss, who played there, 30 years ago. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's been some historical connections there, but I'm sure in most places they make, we see it in the NFL a lot and NBA too, that, they're going to make a first-round draft pick feel welcome. They've invested a lot of money in a high pick, lottery pick in this case. They're pinning their hopes on this guy that, while you could make the case he's undersized, you just watched a guy like Brunson for the Knicks in the finals, who I think their stature and skill set are similar in a lot of ways. That would give me hope as a Sacramento fan that, hey, maybe this guy can be just a close second to what Brunson did this year, because I think Acuff's a clutch player.
My second favorite team is now the Sacramento Kings.
There you go.
Kings.
Good for you.
I don't know if maybe they'll play in close to home, Dallas, Memphis, Oklahoma City. I wouldn't be surprised if you had some fans of those certain teams that are Arkansas fans that still cheer for Darius regardless. They'd see I was bummed about this. Thunder traded Isaiah Joe to the Pistons.
Knew that was coming. I didn't know this Pistons, but we knew he was getting traded. This has been talked about for weeks.
Well, I mean, when you're 3 hours from home and you're playing for one of the best franchises in the NBA, and Detroit finished first in the East Big C, and they had an outstanding year. Cunningham's kind of leading that team. Had a few other young pieces for the Pistons.
Well, maybe he can be a starter there versus a role player. I don't know that might be too high a bar, but good thing for his family is there's a nonstop flight from XNA to Detroit every day. But bad thing is he's not just a 2.5, 3 hour drive down the road. So
other Arkansas basketball news in your SEC update. They had a potential reclassification guy in this week in Caleb Oruju, who visited Arkansas. He's a 27 kid that could reclassify in 26. There are some indications, kind of like Davion Thompson, that could happen, and that would, if both those guys do that, that would fill up the roster for this upcoming year.
Well, and I think you're seeing the resources with rev share and increase, just other places they found money, get put to work. And it appears like Cal's had the money in basketball for everything, but he hadn't been willing to maybe turn loose of a bunch of it for one of these high-priced big men. But he certainly went into that big man market. So I'm not sure he's got, 2 spots left. So, I think he's still got some gunpowder left in the old reserves there for those guys.
Well, to my knowledge, Thompson technically is not reclassified. So once he does, which I think the Peach Jam date is kind of when he's supposed to, then they'll have one spot. And if this kid ends up doing it, that'll be the final roster.
That'll be the roster.
Mm-hmm. That will be the roster set in stone. You made a point earlier about the 9th SEC game for – I don't know how you missed it, but I think most people now know that Community America is now going to be a part of the Razorback football program up on the now Razorback Stadium. I do think that plays into a role, not just for Arkansas, but other programs. It's like not only are you getting the biggest brand in each state, or one of the biggest brands in each state, but that additional asset is, I think a lot of companies are thinking, man, that's even better. It was, as you said earlier, there's no better time to, at least from a marketing standpoint, get the attention you're going to get than right now.
Well, and from the mock-ups and some of the things that I've seen out there, I assume most are accurate. Their logo's going to be embedded in the Razorback at midfield. I mean, there's not just the signage on the outside of the stadium or underneath the scoreboards or in the places you've seen Don W. Reynolds' name. Mm-hmm. That's not the only places they're going. So, I mean, it's a full circle deal. But, when you stop and think about when they ask you to donate your money and step up to a new level of giving, the 9 games was part of that. Hey, your tickets are valued at a higher level now because of the quality of the games you're going to get every other year. Give this money. Well, I mean, I don't think this sponsorship can be viewed any different. It's worth more because you're going to have better games, more games in your stadium over a 5-year window than what we were looking at previously. Moving the deal out of Dallas, not playing in Little Rock, 9 SEC games, it all adds up to a higher ticket for what it's worth.
Big C, you asked a question earlier about how much that's going to cost. How much do you think it's going to cost to switch out all those signs? We're gonna have to do so at the radio station, obviously.
2 or 3 million.
What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I would think it would be millions, not thousands. But
JT's wondering.
A lot of those are not in a place you can just throw up a step ladder and get up there and change it out. Electrical work that has to go in, they have to be built and designed. I mean, it's not going to be cheap to do what they're doing.
And that's why Hunter said it was.
And it's not just the signage; it's all the other assets that have Razorback Stadium on it. Even if they didn't have Reynolds Razorback Stadium on a sign, a poster, letterhead, on it, it's millions of little things, thousands of things you don't think about.
JT in Hot Springs asking you, did you say they're going to desecrate the Razorback at midfield?
I've seen something out there about that. Now, again, I'm assuming that I make a bad assumption that things you see on social media are factual, but there has been some mock-ups I've seen just floating around X and Facebook that
don't do that.
Has
that it's embedded into the bottom of the logo with the Razorback, it's got theirs out there in the middle.
Do you have a problem with that?
No, I don't.
My thought
They're
was
paying
like
they're paying the freight.
That's where my mind was. So it's like they're paying for that.
They're not ruining the logo. They're not putting it, I have no problem with it.
If it was in the hog.
Because here's the thing you got to remember. Is the Walmart and Tyson logos on the field going away?
No.
So you got it. Where else you going to put it?
Yeah, that's exactly. That was
You can't place it at the 25-yard line like you do now.
Because I had some.
Well, you could do that.
I had some conversation this weekend of people that complained about that, and my thought was real estate, as you just brought up. And my thought was also, well, guys, they're paying
you $5 million. Yeah, paying you over $5 million a year.
I mean, that's every.
They bought it.
Yeah. When you're watching television.
You want to know why it was one of the richest still currently and will still maintain probably somewhere in the top 5 moving forward? Mm-hmm. Well, because you're willing to give them some of those things.
If you're Greg Byrne at Alabama, who's the AD there, and you're Scott Strickland at Florida, and pick out an AD at another school and a better football program than yours, I would think that's not just the starting point. You got to go at least and I don't know, but I am curious.
I think if you're Scott Strickland, if you're at A&M, you're at Alabama, you're at Texas, you're at Georgia, Florida's probably in that list, the richest programs in our conference. I think that button is still behind the emergency glass. I think that's like the last thing you do to get money.
So you don't think I think about Alabama, for example, who the two of the greatest college football coaches in history are a part of that. Nick Saban Field, Bryant-Denny Stadium. I think there would a lot of big old Alabama boosters that we don't want a corporate name.
We'll give you the money to not change it.
Yes.
So I just think that it's the sacred cow here.
Mm-hmm.
And Arkansas, it wasn't as sacred because of the lack of tradition. I just can't imagine a world anytime soon where Alabama can't find the money somewhere else. A different couch cushion. We've scoured the couch cushion. We've had the shop vac inside there trying to dig the change out so we can go to the grocery store.
Nice.
They don't have that problem in Alabama.
No.
I don't think that they'll find the money elsewhere before they change that Canadian, unless it's just some stupid deal that can't be turned down. Someone gives you $20 million a year. Well, I don't think that's going to happen. So, I just can't see Bryant-Denny and that name coming off their football stadium anytime soon in those places that already have $200+ million a year and a surplus every year.
Well, it'd be like, what if Todd Graves at Raising Cane's, who's a big LSU supporter, is like, I want to slap this on for this amount of money. You think LSU's turning that down? It's Tiger Stadium. It's not.
It doesn't have. Yeah. It doesn't have. I think they're in a different class.
Mm-hmm.
But if he gives that money, can he still give the NIL money? I mean, where's his limit?
Yeah.
He's got plenty. How much does it? When I go to Cane's and get chicken for my kids, am I now paying $1 more to support LSU's?
You support
field?
it. I have not, and I like Raising Cane's. I've not eaten Raising Cane's since June 2025 when that happened in Omaha. I told myself I'm done.
No,
I
good
can't.
for you.
I cannot.
I'm not a Cane's guy, but my kids are Cane's kids.
I will not support LSU in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. I commend that.
I couldn't do it.
All right, that's the SEC updates brought to you by our friends at Gentry Public Schools. If you're new to the area, they just had a registration event on June 23rd. So last week was your chance to get your family enrolled and prepared for the upcoming school year. If you need help with enrollment, go to gentrypioneers.com. It's not too late to get your family enrolled, your kids enrolled, whether it's the first time as a kindergartner or you're new to the area and you're going to Gentry schools and you need help with the enrollment process. They are there to answer your questions and to make sure everyone is ready for the first day of school. They're committed to making the enrollment process as easy as possible with their way to continue to provide world-class education and small-town atmosphere for families that come to expect that in Gentry. So if you need more information, go to gentrypioneers.com. That's gentrypioneers.com. All
right, Keith's in Hot Springs. He had some thoughts on the stadium naming discussion we were getting to earlier. Keith, fire away, man.
Hey, man, I think y'all are all spot on. We cannot sit here and hear the same fans bellyache about whatever. Right now, our tradition the last 20 years has been losing.
Mm-hmm.
So the same tradition everybody talks about, the same legacy or whatever it is. I get that if you're talking about 64. I get that if you're talking about, teams that Frank Broyles and all that. But we are in this world now where we need to put whatever it is. I can't even remember what it is. Put it everywhere. I mean, if anybody, it's just like what Dillingham was saying at Arizona State. If y'all listen to him, he basically got on his presser in the spring and said, "We need money. We'll bring you on the field." I mean, he had all this. We'll bring you on the field. We'll put your name on the scoreboard. We'll put you on the 50-yard line. I mean, we are now having to play ball in a way that we've, and I like it, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I've gone back and forth, but this is where I've finished. This is where my opinion is going to stay. College football is already WWE, so you can bring back the Nebraska videos of Eric Crouch. You can bring back the all whatever you think of as the football in its purest form. That's gone now. Mm-hmm. Now we're in the WWE. At least now we're living it, and we can see it, and we know it, and we know the rules of the game. The rules of the game now are it's still the Wild Wild West, and you better have your checkbook ready if you're going to want to win, because that's what it's going to take. Now, somebody can say, well, there's Cignetti, there's Indiana, there's Indiana. That's fine, but I'm going to say this. Part of that is them getting Cignetti. Part of that is them bringing on all those James Madison players, which I believe is where he's from. Yep. If we're going to be able to try to win, I think the best way to do it is let's get it all out there. Let's say Tyson this and JB Hunt this and Walmart this and Capital this or whatever it is. And I think I like it because good on us. Good on us for going out and saying, okay, we don't have the market here. This group's going to pay us X amount of million. Okay, well, we're from Arkansas. Yeah, well, y'all should be not letting some other group come in. Y'all should be the ones, right? Y'all are for us, right? Well, yeah, we're for y'all, but since we're for y'all and since we're here, we're only going to give you this. Oh, okay, well, they're going to give us more, and they're not even from here. Well, we're from here. Well, then wouldn't you think from here means you're going to get your checkbook out and be a little bit more proud of what we're doing? I just feel like, to me, I agree with everything y'all are saying. I think it's spot on, and I think that if you're a true Razorback fan, you can – it's not your check, the administration, the sponsor's job to try to sell you college football in its purest form. That's gone now. It's WWE, so let's play ball the way we can so that we can get the best chance to be successful. Thank you guys for taking my call. Go Hogs.
Keith, appreciate the call and appreciate you listening here on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Gaston's White River Resort. One of our co-workers here, Lance, and his family spent their weekend up at Gaston's. They said that the fishing was great, the accommodations were awesome, the food was really good, but one of the cool things is the airplanes that were coming and going from their grass airfield there that, as planes land, were really putting on a show. And they said they enjoyed that. It's sitting out on their porch, sitting out front, having you a cold drink and watching planes come by and land and touch and goes. They said that was really, really awesome. And just one of the added features there, if you will, at Gaston's. Listen, that might be part of what you enjoy. Fishing's what I really enjoy. I like the plains, too, but I go there to fish. And the rainbows, they had enough current this weekend. Big rainbows were biting. Big browns were biting this weekend. It was a fun time. That can be you this summer. 870-431-5202 is their number. 870-431-5202. And make your reservation at Gaston's for a great family getaway. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
Call or text the Morning Rush at 877-377-6963. This is the Morning Rush.
That was a stupid idea by me.
This is the Morning Rush.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Enclaves at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. That's $4,000 off and 4.9% financing for up to 84 months on this luxurious third-row SUV. Or drive the brand-new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited-time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith. Or online at harryrobinson.com.
Dozy Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice of drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Doe's Eat Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort. We're a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
Spring is here, and it's the perfect time to upgrade your home. If your garage door needs repair or you're ready for a new look, call Precision Garage Door. From broken springs and openers to brand new doors, they provide expert service and professional installation. Fully licensed and insured, with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers, and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call 844-PDS-DOOR or visit PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Precision Garage Door, voted the best in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for, only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com, RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
You don't just maintain your land, you master it. And at Sutherland's, we've got the steel to help you do it. Experience the brute force of a bad boy mower. These mowers turn a weekend chore into a victory lap. But every great machine needs a home. Our Sutherland's custom barns are built to last. Call 1-800-66-BARNS. Sutherland's, with 4 stores in Arkansas, Fort Smith, Huntsville, Hot Springs, and Stuttgart, and online at Sutherlands.com. No matter the project, we're here to help, because at Sutherland's, home starts here.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Join Lewis Automotive as they celebrate America's 250th celebration with the Pick One event, where it's your choice of a $250 gas card, an Arctic cooler, or a 2-year maintenance plan with the purchase of any new or used vehicle.
All right, back here on the Morning Rush. Got to call the Lewis Automotive Group hotline to get to as we close out the show this morning. Stadium naming conversation, still a conversation a few days later. Tom.
Hey, Jackie Mock opened a hometown law firm over 4 years ago. And if you find yourself needing a lawyer, she offers real advice at a reasonable price, really focusing on custody and high conflict divorces and custody cases, criminal matters. If you're on the wrong side of the law, she'll hold the prosecutor's feet to the fire and make sure your rights are protected. And car wrecks. She used to help big insurance companies, so she knows what to do to get them to pay a fair settlement for your car, your truck, your vehicle, and your injuries as well. Call Jackie, 479-769-1505, 769-1505, or mocklegalsolutions.com.
All right, William is in Lafayette this morning. William, we got about a minute and a half. Fire away.
I think it's low. I think we're going to look back over after 13 years and think, man, they got a hell of a deal.
Yeah. There is a renegotiation clause. There is a period in there where some things can be looked at based on some metrics. But I hope you're right. That means it's been a good – I hope we look up and they got 60 branch locations around the state. We say, man, this has been a great deal for them and for the university.
And then what do when they go back to renegotiate? Look what we did for this company that put their name on our stadium. Look at the growth. Look what their strategy was to invade this market.
Yeah.
It's
You go
a
find the next one.
win-win.
Yeah, you go find the next one. And we need to become used to as fans that, hey, every decade the name of your stadium will probably change.
Or it could stay the same depending upon the market value and what they're going to pay. But I think it's going to be low. But I mean, also, we're talking about 9 games. Let's dream here for a second. Let's say we host a playoff game one time over these 13 years. What's that going to bring the eyeballs to? I mean, Paul Feinbaum, all these SEC network shows that go on campus, sit out in front of that stadium and just blast that name. There's so much value in that. I really do think it's going to be interesting. It's a great show today. Good talking point. It's going to be interesting to watch you handle it.
William, thank you. You know, it'll become part of, we all remember Alltel Arena because you had a great memory there, probably of a concert.
Yeah, that's good.
If you have great memories of great wins, the name of the stadium will become symbiotic with those memories. So, I mean, winning's important. And, it will last. It's kind of like a jingle that gets stuck in your head. That name will get stuck in your head if you got great memories to associate with it.
The Cab, the Commie. Now we just got to figure out a nickname for it as they slap it on next year.
The Commie?
The Commie.
Let's try again.
All right, that's going to do it for us here on this Hot Take Monday coming up.
Take you to the bank. We'll just call it the bank.
The bank. Alyssa Orange, Matt Jones, and Colton Little next on Halftime.
Sports, the tape never tells the whole story. Hiring is no different. AI can make candidates look like an MVP on paper. So knowing the person and the skills behind